Yes.
It's amazing.
Does it tell you exactly how many dollars, or you just have to go into your bank and
Just well, the way that your iPhone is set up, you can go and you can look at your past purchases and just do I added it all up, and it was thousands.
Thousands of dollars, man.
Yep.
Hey, everybody does what they do.
I'm fine with it.
Apparently, we're live.
Got no regrets, no regrets. Aye.
Regrets.
Yep.
No regrets. So thank you for joining us. We're just talking about how much money we spend on mobile games.
Too much.
Yeah, too much money. But
that's not what they want to hear. They want to hear about vroom, vroom, vroom.
A little vroom, vroom.
Yeah.
I actually only spend my Google. What's it called? What's the
Google Bucks?
The survey app rewards. My Google Rewards app. So I'll get a survey every once in a while, and they'll give me like 50 cents, and then it just builds up over time, and that's the only thing I ever spend. But I have been playing a game recently where I've been spending my rewards money on it, so it's like, yeah.
A future buried treasure?
A future buried treasure, maybe.
Ooh.
All right. Well, we are live. We've got some people hanging out with us. Thank you for hanging out with us during the spoiler chat for Hobbs and Shaw. We're going to go ahead and record the SiftSpoil for that, but thanks for coming along.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Phil?
Yeah.
You good? Welcome to the SiftSpoil for Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. I'm Hobbs, he's Shaw, and we will be taking you through the spoilers for this movie. Yeah, who would you more identify with, Hobbs or Shaw?
I'm definitely a Shaw.
Yeah, I feel like our personalities more fit in, I'm more The Rock, certainly not physically.
Yeah.
But
you are bigger than me.
Well, that's true. I'm taller at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can be Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
In that way. So let's chat about it. We're going to go through any hanging threads, romances, jokes, Easter eggs, cameos, deaths, resurrections, or post-credit sequences that we want to now that we are spoiling Hobbs and Shaw. If you haven't seen it, we encourage you to go far, far away because not only will it spoil the movie for you, but it also probably won't make sense because we'll be jumping around.
Yep.
So let's talk about the cameos.
Yeah.
Surprise. And not even cameos, like roles in the movie.
Yeah.
I cannot believe they had Ryan Reynolds in this movie and made that a surprise for the audience. I loved that. It was one of my favorite things, not only that it was a surprise, but also just because I love that man. Like, he is so funny. And that first scene with him and The Rock is some of the funniest stuff in the entire movie.
It's brave to not include him in the trailers because just knowing that he's in the movie will bring people to buy tickets.
Right.
But I guess they just counted on enough people going to see it anyways that they didn't feel like they needed.
And then word of mouth gets out, and like
it's a weird thing.
And it's one of those weird. And I think they're relying on the power of surprise to be like, oh, Ryan Reynolds. Like, whereas if you already know, then you're just like, oh, cool, it's funny. But you never mentioned that to someone.
I already knew.
Yeah, how did you? I don't understand how you knew they were talking about it.
Yeah, The Rock said that Kevin Hart and Ryan Reynolds were making cameos in the new Hobbs and Shaw movie.
Oh, did he really?
I think it was on Jimmy Fallon.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's a shame.
I know.
So maybe not as much of a spoiler as I thought it was, but anyway, I enjoyed the surprise, so I didn't want to ruin that for anybody else. Here's what I wonder, because if you watch those parts, they're very separated from the rest of the movie. They're either on the phone in their own location, or they have one scene where they're together with one of the characters or both of them. In fact, the Kevin Hart stuff, I don't know that you ever see him and them in the same shot in a way that it would have to be Kevin Hart.
I don't think you do.
So what I wonder is if they had these roles and they just didn't know who was going to play them, and then they pieced those in like towards the end, when they got the final word. And so I wonder if it was intentional as a surprise, or if it was one of those things where it was just we didn't have them in time, and so we're gonna do it. So yeah.
Do you think either one of those is the villain?
I thought Ryan Reynolds might be the overall villain. There were a couple times where the distorted voice kind of went to his cadence and sound. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't either. Yeah. But I definitely did think that. I thought that was going to be the post-credit scene. I thought the post-credit scene was going to give us a clue that Ryan Reynolds... It was either going to be that Ryan Reynolds was the bad guy, or it was going to be a tease of justice for Han. Like, it was going to be a tease of something, and maybe Han's the bad guy. Like, maybe Han survived, and he's the...
Everybody's surviving everything.
So, or somebody in Han's family, or something. I really think they are going to make Shaw, at least... deal with killing Han.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is a bad dude. Like in some of the other movies, the stuff he does is just when he's an actual villain. They try to redeem
him in these movies.
Oh sure, yeah.
But I'm like, he did things.
Like he walked into that hospital and just brutally murdered everybody in the hospital.
Wait, is Luke Evans' character dead? He's not, right?
Luke Evans' character is.
I mean, not Luke Evans. What's his name? Who is Hobbs' brother?
Oh.
Shaw's
brother.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't it?
We can
Evans?
look it up.
Yeah.
We can look it up. So anyhow,
in the main show, Andrew, you said that you felt like some of these cameos were forced. Did you want to explain that?
It just like, guess what? We got It was more Kevin Hart than Ryan Reynolds. But I felt like, it's just The Rock and Kevin, they're always working together on certain things. So he's like, we got to find a place to put Kevin Hart in this movie because he's my buddy. We'll just have him be this one guy on the airplane who has this weird...
But did you feel that in the movie?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel it.
Yeah, it is Luke Evans. I was right. He's Shaw's brother in this whole franchise. So I was wondering, why didn't he ever show up to the theater or to visit their mom in prison or anything?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Dame Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
That's so cool that they got her.
Yeah.
She was in Furious 8, wasn't she?
She's really the only crossover other than Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
In this movie, right? Like, there's nobody else from the Fast and Furious crew is making a cameo here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really very separate. It feels like a very separate movie in a lot of ways that way. So let's talk about some other stuff. What else did you want to spoil? Do you want to talk about the ridiculous stuff?
Yeah, we got the most ridiculous, the rolling my eyes moments was the towing.
Yes.
The linking.
The linking of the cars.
The Lincoln log tow. Yeah.
That all of a sudden they can de-winch from each other just... I don't know.
They're like, I don't need you anymore, and then they just let go.
Yeah.
Having Roman Reigns throw 2 hooks, he's like, throw them on the axles. Okay. And then, whoop, perfectly.
Yeah. It's great.
Just, oh, man. I was like, this is happening right now, isn't it? I'm watching this happen.
And The Rock had his Captain America moment.
Oh, where he grabs a chain and is holding a helicopter.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he throws that chain back on the winch.
Yeah,
it's the best. It was the best moment of the movie. The theater I was in exploded. Like, it was just laughter and cheers, and yeah, that was the moment.
Yeah.
All that happened, by the way, in this kind of, like we talked about, this Hawaii finale.
Yeah,
the Samoa finale. Yes, the Samoan finale. Which was beautiful. There was a lot beautiful about the family part of that and everything, but it just it felt a little out of nowhere.
Yeah.
In some ways. Because of course his brother is the only one that can fix this machine
He's the greatest mechanic I know. And he
now does a custom garage.
Yeah.
Makes a ton of money in Samoa. So it was kind of ridiculous in that way. Also, the fact that this machine was on a backpack, that she could be just like thrown around and fall off of bridges, and and it's still pulling this virus out of her or whatever. Why did she need to be on
the front lines so that her brother could keep an eye on her?
Yeah, exactly.
Why did he need to keep an eye on her?
I was thinking, when I go to the hospital and get an IV, I can barely keep that IV in. Like, if I move my hand at all, it starts to pull a little bit.
But no,
well, hers was like a Chinese finger trap sort of thing on her wrist.
Yeah.
Like bit down into her.
I love so much of the dynamic between Hobbs and Shaw. There's this beautiful split screen that the movie, starts with, the kind of them going through their days, doing the version of their thing. The action scene where he takes the elevator down and The Rock jumps down the rope was so perfect. Some of that stuff where he he like lands full force on the guys on the rope and then takes like that stuff was hilarious and ridiculous.
Or Hobbs having to fight the one giant guy while Shaw has to fight all the other guys in the
so here's the most ridiculous part of the movie that I just laughed at. The way they solve Idris Elba, this unbeatable invincible bad guy who is what I aspire to be. He is full.
He's mech'd.
Yeah, he is mech'd.
I'll
to
punch
the core.
him from behind while you get hit from the
We
front.
see them sewing his back together after they adjust his cyber spine. The way they defeat him is they're like, oh, we should take turns punching him. I'll distract him and you'll punch him. It's like. How is that something you need to figure out? Like, all of a sudden he can't do anything because he's distracted by two people. Imagine if you had a third. That's like, it was the most ridiculous thing ever in the movie. And it was hilarious. And I loved it.
He can dodge bullets, but he can't dodge a
not a second punch, man.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Throws off his whole system.
Yeah.
How do you compute for that? So that was great.
Yeah.
Right? It was great. You loved it.
No, actually, I really didn't. I'll tell you the scenes I really did like, though.
Okay, feel free.
I really liked the motorcycle chase
under the trucks.
Yeah, under the trucks.
That
stuff.
moment I knew was going to be amazing as it started happening, and then the way they did his momotorcycle, just barely missing both the tires.
Well, did you see how it twisted?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And like he's getting dragged behind it. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That scene, and then the fight scene I alluded to earlier where Hobbs has to fight the one big guy with the wrench and then Shaw fights all the little guys in the other room. And you're just watching them. It's so funny.
Yeah.
That was one of the times where I was like, okay, yeah, this whole rivalry thing right there between them, this part is where it's paying off. Them just making fun of each other, I really wasn't all that into.
The poor guy that invented the virus, like, he had his, like, big hero moment, but then he got taken out, right?
Real quick, he just got neck snap crack.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
But he got to flamethrower all of his work.
Yes, that is true. I'm sure that makes it up for him.
Yeah. Or how about the one random Russian mobster lady who's like, I got everything you need. I'm going to make out with Shaw and then bye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm your plot item right here.
Yeah, I'll move the plot forward.
Yeah.
I'm trained in plot movement.
All the foreshadowing in this movie was so, like, obvious.
Like, specifically, what foreshadowing are you talking about?
Let's see here. We got here's a picture. I found this picture of you in the garage with you and your brother. I haven't talked to my brother in a long time.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't foreshadow the fact that I'm going to be talking to him. There were just moments like that so often in this movie, like even the Dame Helen Mirren stuff where she's like, you need to, get back in touch with your sister, explain to her everything. Like, you need to foreshadow all this too, you're really not a bad guy.
Did you buy the Vanessa Kirby, Dwayne Johnson romantic chemistry?
No.
I didn't really buy it that much either, but the movie definitely was going for that.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you my favorite cameo in the movie.
Yeah?
That right there.
No, it's an audio podcast.
The Mini Cooper from the Italian Job.
I was wondering if that was the reference.
That was the Mini Cooper from the Italian Job.
Nice. I didn't even notice that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he said that he used it in a job in Italy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you're referencing the Italian Job.
Easter egg. I can't believe I didn't catch that. That makes total sense.
Because that's the actual one that he was driving.
Oh, man. I will tell you, I think this was written pretty well. I think the comedy stuff in this is really funny. Now, you mentioned a lot of it is improv, so there, maybe some of that is that, but I don't know, just the interrogation scene I thought was really good between
No, Hobbs. You can't. He's face smash guy. He can't be neck break guy. Which I was disappointed that we didn't get to see face smash or neck break on that guy. I thought they were both going to just, try and do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I called it.
Yeah. No, that's a great scene. That actually is not the interrogation scene I was talking about. I'm talking about when they interrogated Vanessa Kirby. When The Rock at the beginning interrogated Vanessa Kirby, I thought a lot of that stuff was really funny. And then when Shaw shows up, I thought that stuff was funny. Like I never felt bored during this movie at all. Like I was always laughing or having a good time. And
I will say that
it kept my attention really well.
It is no holds bar from beginning to end.
Yeah. And so, it's just one of those good time movies for me. So, yeah. Let's see. Madam M was the name of the person that gave them their stuff. So I think that's a nod to like a Bond reference, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Nice.
Anything else? Anything else in the spoilers that you want to talk about, that you want to mention?
I'm surprised that if they're going to mention, the Italian job, why not just have his Audi from the Transporter movies in there too,
Right?
You might as well.
Probably couldn't get it cleared.
Yeah.
Is Idris Elba dead?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is a shame because I thought he was a really good character besides the way that they killed him off. Because I like a character who, even though, man, it's so hard because what he's saying, like what he's doing, like I understand. It's kind of like a Thanos thing. He thinks he's doing this for the greater good.
Right.
But at the same time, at the beginning of the movie, he's like, I'm the bad guy. Mm-hmm. Like, if you think what you're doing is just, then don't call yourself the bad guy.
Right.
And he's just a handsome devil of a man.
Yeah, he is. That's an attractive man right there.
Yeah.
Anything else? I really don't have anything else specific I need to talk about.
No, not really.
It's just kind of, I'm actually really looking forward to seeing it again. Just to kind of experience some of those action moments again.
I'm so looking forward to never seeing it again.
Well, congratulations. You can start that right now.
Yeah, I know.
You don't have to look forward to that at all. You're experiencing it right now.
It's insane.
This is beautiful.
Radical.
I'm not watching this movie.
Yeah.
Like every day for the rest of your life, you wake up going, I'm not watching this movie. Congratulations. You get to live in that. Well, there you go. There are the spoilers that we wanted to talk about for Hobbs and Shaw. We will probably chat spoilers next week, depending on what movie we see, whether it's Good Boys or what's eating Bernadette Grape. What is the name of that movie?
Where'd you go, Bernadette?
Where'd you go, Bernadette?
What's eating Bernadette Grape?
We'll chat whichever one we watch or whatever we watch next week. So Thank you. We appreciate you, and we'll catch you then. Laters. All right. There you go. Thanks for hanging out on YouTube as well. We love you all.
You're the best.
Peace out.